I'm Methodist Dave here, and I'm doing something a little different tonight. I'm putting together a restaurant review. I haven't done one of those yet. Hopefully, I'll do a few more coming down the line. But this week was my wife and I's anniversary, and we went out to eat for a special anniversary dinner. And we headed across the state and went to Atlantic City to Caesars Casino, where there is a Hell's Kitchen restaurant from Gordon Ramsay. And that's where we went to eat. And went there to the casino, checked into the restaurant, and I want to tell you about our experience. I would say it was really nice. It was very clean. It's relatively new. It opened up last year. My daughter's been there a couple times. This is my first time going over to Hell's Kitchen. Probably be the last time for a little while, because this was, and if you're looking to be budget conscious, this is not a budget conscious restaurant. This is an expensive restaurant, but it is Hell's Kitchen. It's Gordon Ramsay, 5-star Michelin chef. This is a first-rate restaurant. So we went in, and I took the special that they have. They have a package, appetizer, entree, and a dessert. So what I opted for was the scallops appetizer that you see on the TV show, their scallop appetizer, and beef Wellington. Never had beef Wellington before, didn't know what it would taste like. I like it very much. And I had the sticky toffee dessert. My wife had lobster risotto. It's a butternut squash risotto. And she had crispy skin salmon. And for dessert, she had the peanut butter cheesecake. They knew it was our anniversary, so they gave us a complimentary glass of champagne. So that was from them. Complimentary via me. Well, let me tell you, I had the scallops. And they were delicious, but they were also 5 of the smallest scallops I've ever had at a restaurant. I mean, I've had bigger scallops lots of places. But they did taste good. The sauce that comes with them is celery puree. It was delicious. The beef Wellington was really tender. Comes with a potato puree and some root vegetables. I got 2 carrot balls and 2 turnip balls. And like a spread of mashed potato on the plate. Not enough. So I ordered a side of pureed potatoes. My wife, that lobster risotto was very filling, very yummy. She had a side of their signature macaroni and cheese, which was also creamy, delicious. With the dessert, the sticky toffee pudding, which if you've ever had English puddings, they're kind of a cake, a very moist cake, and has a little scoop of ice cream on top. That was very yummy, very tasty. It was a nice way to finish off the meal. I had a cup of coffee with it. They brew each cup individually. They grind the beans for each cup, and it does it 1 cup at a time. So it's one of those fancy coffee makers, high end, probably 10, 15 grand for a coffee maker like that, I guess. It was a good cup of coffee, and we shared each other's food. We had a chance to taste it. So, my wife tried the beef Wellington. She tried my scallops. I tried her risotto. I tried her salmon. It was delicious. I tried her peanut butter cheesecake, which was very good. And she tried my sticky toffee pudding. And she liked that. We both found it was a really good restaurant. I had excellent service. They took really good care of you. We got water, bottled water. They have their own bottled water. So we had that to drink. There was no alcohol involved. Methodist Dave, not because, but because I am diabetic and I avoid alcohol because that just sends my sugar level through the roof. So I don't drink for health reasons like that much. So, but I knew I was having a very rich, high carb meal. So err on the side of caution. You all should take care of yourself. Don't drink when you go out. You don't want to be impaired or any way. So I always exercise caution, and hope you do too. But I will say that I really enjoyed Hell's Kitchen in Atlantic City. There's not many of these restaurants around. This isn't like Applebee's or Olive Garden where there's one in every town. You know, you would have to go to Washington, D.C. or New York City or Las Vegas to visit a Hell's Kitchen. And we're fortunate that we have one in our area. I think there's like 8 in the country. So that's pretty lucky to be near restaurants like that. Atlantic City has lots of places like that. But as I said, it was a very expensive meal. But thinking back, I was remembering when I was young, a long time ago, we had a restaurant in South Jersey called Ed Zaber's. And it was this big restaurant in McKee City in Egg Harbor Township. It was TGI Fridays before Fridays had ever thought up the idea to hang stuff on the walls. You walked into this place, there was curious things, curious furniture. There were pictures, there were photographs, there were toys, there were antiques on the wall everywhere. Any restaurant you've ever been that had something on display, this put them to shame. And back in the 70s, when we would go, I would work. My brother and I would work, mow lawns, sell bait on the water, and we'd earn enough money at the end of the summer that we just blew it all. And the whole family went out to Zaber's, and we got what you would call Zaberized. You go into this restaurant, you sit down, and they bring you a shrimp cocktail, compliments of Mr. Zaber. And they might bring a drink or two, compliments of Mr. Zaber. When your meal was over, they would bring a little cart with desserts on it, and they say, would you like to choose a dessert? Compliments of Mr. Zaber. My father taught me, he says, just compliments of Mr. Zaber and nothing. I'm paying for that stuff. And as I recall, the platters were about $35 in the late 70s. You allow for inflation, that was pretty much on point what we spent at the Hell's Kitchen. Here's a tip. If you'd like to go, allow at least a minimum of $100 per person, because a lot of the entrees are $40 to $70. You know, you've got filet mignon, New York strip steak. There is salmon, the Wellington that I had, a couple other items on the menu, and then they have a special, and they're pretty expensive, and all the sides, which is a la carte, are about $15 to $20 a piece. So you can drop $100 really easy, really quick in this restaurant. But it is a one-of-a-kind dining experience. We enjoyed it. Remember that for a really long time. So I hope that you take these words to heart. You will not be disappointed. My daughter and son-in-law recommend the Wagyu meatballs. They have had them and they said they're really great. We wanted risotto and scallops. So if we go back at some point in time, I will be thinking about the Wagyu meatballs. So thank you for joining me, and I'll take you on another tour of some other dining places in South Jersey, other places you can go to eat. Upcoming, we'll be doing a review of the Centerton Inn. I will be doing a review of the Mud City Crab House. I've been to the Mud City Crab House several times. That's located in Manahawkin. So that's some great place for some seafood. So we'll tell you all about that and a few other places too. You have a great day. God bless.